Soul biology is an emerging field. It seeks to understand the nature of the soul using scientific principles. It also draws from ancient wisdom. This field is not about blind faith. It is about investigation and evidence. We are looking at what happens to consciousness after physical death. Many people have questions about this. Soul biology aims to provide answers. It combines spirituality with rigorous inquiry. This approach helps us explore one of humanity's oldest questions: what is the soul? This fascinating area of study proposes that the soul is not just a vague, ethereal concept. Instead, it suggests the soul has a tangible, albeit subtle, structure and energy. Think of it as a form of life existing beyond our current mainstream biological understanding. Soul biology explores the mechanics of this existence. It looks at how the soul interacts with the physical world. It also studies how it transitions to other realms. This requires an open mind. It also requires a willingness to look beyond conventional scientific limitations. We are pushing the boundaries of what we thought was possible. The term biology is used deliberately here. It implies that the soul operates under certain natural laws. These laws may be different from those governing physical matter. However, they are still consistent and discoverable principles. Just as physical biology studies living organisms, soul biology studies the living essence of consciousness. This includes its composition, its energy, and its journey. It is a holistic approach. It respects both the spiritual experiences reported throughout history and the new insights from modern physics and consciousness research. We are charting a new map of existence. The implications of soul biology are profound. If the soul has a biology, it means its health and well-being can be understood and potentially influenced. This opens up new perspectives on life, death, and what comes after. It suggests that our actions and energy in this life can impact our soul's state. It also offers a framework for understanding phenomena like near-death experiences. It helps explain mediumship and hauntings. These are not just stories. They are potential data points in the study of the soul. Soul biology seeks to connect these dots into a coherent picture. Ancient cultures across the globe held sophisticated beliefs about the soul. They didn't see it as mere imagination. They described it as a vital component of a human being. Many esoteric traditions spoke of the soul having a substance. This substance was often depicted as a form of light or fine matter. For instance, the ancient Egyptians believed in the Ka and Ba. These were aspects of the soul, with the Ba often shown as a human-headed bird. This symbolized its ability to travel between worlds. These were not just myths, they were early attempts to describe a complex reality. These traditions often detailed multiple layers or bodies of the soul. Theosophy, for example, speaks of the etheric body, astral body, and mental body. These are said to be progressively finer energetic structures. They interpenetrate the physical body. They also extend beyond it. Ancient Vedic texts from India describe koshas or sheaths. These sheaths surround the Atman, the true self or soul. These descriptions, though varied in terminology, point to a common understanding. The soul is complex, it is multidimensional, it is made of something more subtle than flesh and blood. The idea of the soul being composed of light or energy is a recurring theme. Zoroastrianism, an ancient Persian religion, emphasized the eternal struggle between light and darkness. The soul was seen as a particle of divine light. In many shamanic traditions, the soul is also associated with light or fire. This light body or energy body was considered the vehicle of consciousness. It was believed to survive physical death. These ancient seers and mystics may not have had laboratories, but they had profound intuitive insights. They gained these insights through meditation and inner exploration. These esoteric sources are not just historical curiosities. They provide a rich tapestry of human understanding about the soul. They offer a foundation upon which modern inquiry can build. While their language was metaphorical, their core concepts resonate with emerging scientific ideas. The descriptions of an energetic body, a vehicle of consciousness that persists after death, are particularly significant. These ancient wisdom traditions knew something profound. They understood that we are more than our physical forms. They knew our essence was energetic and enduring. Soul biology listens to these ancient echoes. Modern science is beginning to explore concepts that resonate with ancient views of the soul. One key idea emerging is the electromagnetic soul. This theory proposes that consciousness, and by extension the soul, is intrinsically linked to electromagnetic fields. Our bodies are fundamentally electromagnetic systems. Every thought, every emotion, every sensation generates electrical activity in the brain and nervous system. This activity, in turn, produces corresponding magnetic fields. These fields are not just byproducts. They may be crucial to consciousness itself. This is a groundbreaking area of research. The human body generates a complex biofield. This is an electromagnetic field that surrounds and permeates our physical form. Scientists can measure this field using sensitive instruments. Devices like squid magnetometers can detect the incredibly faint magnetic fields produced by the heart and brain. This biofield is dynamic. It changes with our physical health, emotional state, and even our thoughts. The electromagnetic soul hypothesis suggests that this biofield, or a more refined aspect of it, could be the carrier of our consciousness. It could be the very substance the ancients described as light or energy. Consider the sheer complexity of the brain's electromagnetic activity. Billions of neurons firing in intricate patterns create a symphony of electrical signals. This forms a coherent, unified field of consciousness. Some theories, like Dr. Susan Pocket's electromagnetic field theory of consciousness, propose that consciousness this field. If this field can store information and maintain coherence, it's plausible that it could persist, at least for a time, after the physical brain ceases to function. This is not science fiction. It is a legitimate area of scientific inquiry that could revolutionize our understanding of life and death. The significance of an electromagnetic soul is immense. It provides a potential scientific basis for the survival of consciousness. It moves the discussion beyond purely spiritual or philosophical arguments. It brings it into the realm of testable hypotheses. If the soul has electromagnetic properties, then it might interact with other electromagnetic fields. This could explain phenomena like psychic perception or the feeling of a presence. It could also explain how spirits might be able to influence the physical environment. The electromagnetic soul theory opens a door to understanding the afterlife in a more tangible way. The convergence of modern scientific findings with ancient spiritual beliefs is truly remarkable. Traditional esoteric sources, as we've discussed, often describe the soul as a body of light or energy. Now, modern physics and bioelectromagnetism are providing a framework to understand these descriptions. Concepts like the biofield and the electromagnetic nature of consciousness offer a scientific language for what ancient mystics perceived intuitively. This alignment is not coincidental. It suggests a deeper truth about the nature of reality that humanity has been uncovering for millennia through different methods. Take, for example, the ancient concept of prana in Hinduism or qi in traditional Chinese medicine. These terms refer to a vital life force energy that flows through the body. This energy is believed to sustain life and consciousness. Modern science is now exploring how the body's electromagnetic fields might correlate with these ancient concepts. Changes in the biofield, detected through techniques like Kirlian photography or gas discharge visualization, GDV, seem to reflect changes in health and vitality. This mirrors the traditional understanding that blockages in prana or qi can lead to illness. Furthermore, research into near-death experiences, NDEs, provides compelling data. Individuals who have NDEs often report leaving their physical bodies. They describe perceiving their surroundings from a vantage point outside their bodies. They also report seeing a brilliant light and experiencing overwhelming peace. These experiences, once dismissed as hallucinations, are now being studied more seriously. The consistency of these reports across cultures and age groups suggests they are not random. The electromagnetic soul theory offers a potential explanation. The consciousness carried by its electromagnetic field detaches from the physical form. The validation of traditional beliefs by modern findings is a powerful development. It fosters a more holistic understanding of human existence. It shows that science and spirituality are not necessarily in conflict. They can be complementary paths to knowledge. Ancient wisdom provided the map. Modern science is now developing the tools to explore the territory described on that map. This journey is leading us to a greater appreciation of the profound mystery of consciousness. It also points to the enduring nature of the human soul. We are witnessing a paradigm shift. Section 5. The vital spark. Spiritual energy and its role in soul well-being. Spiritual energy is the very essence that animates the soul. It is the vital spark that defines our aliveness, both in the physical body and beyond. Think of it like the fuel that powers a vehicle. Without sufficient high-quality spiritual energy, the soul cannot function optimally. This energy is not just a metaphor, it is a real, albeit subtle force that influences our thoughts, emotions, health, and spiritual development. In many traditions, this energy is seen as divine in origin. It connects us to a larger cosmic source. Cultivating this energy is crucial for a healthy soul. The health of our soul is directly linked to the quality and flow of our spiritual energy. When this energy is vibrant, clear, and flowing freely, our soul thrives. We experience joy, peace, clarity, and a strong connection to our inner selves and the world around us. However, negative emotions like fear, anger, resentment, and guilt can diminish or block this energy. These negative states create energetic densities or imbalances within our soul's structure. Over time, these can lead to spiritual, emotional, and even physical distress. Maintaining a positive spiritual energy is therefore essential for overall well-being. Ancient practices like meditation, prayer, yoga, and qigong are designed to cultivate and harmonize spiritual energy. These techniques help to clear energetic blockages. They raise our vibrational frequency. They also strengthen our connection to higher sources of energy. When we engage in these practices, we are actively tending to the health of our soul. It's like exercising and eating well for our physical body, but on an energetic level. The consistent effort to purify and uplift our spiritual energy has profound benefits. It impacts not only our current life, but also our soul's journey after death. The concept of spiritual energy also helps us understand how souls interact. Souls, being energetic entities, can influence each other. Positive high-vibration energy can uplift others. Conversely, negative energy can be draining or harmful. This is why it is important to be mindful of the company we keep and the environments we frequent. Protecting and nurturing our own spiritual energy is a fundamental aspect of soul health. It ensures that our vital spark burns brightly. This bright spark illuminates our path in this life and prepares us for the transition to the next. Section 6. Biofield dynamics, measurable changes in electromagnetic coherence. The human biofield, that intricate web of electromagnetic energy surrounding our bodies, is not static. It is a dynamic system that constantly responds to both internal and external influences. Scientific research is increasingly able to measure these changes. For instance, studies using GDV, or gas discharge visualization technology, can capture images of the light emitted by the body. These images, often referred to as electrophotonic imaging, show variations in the biofield's intensity, size, and coherence. These variations have been correlated with different physiological and psychological states, offering a window into our energetic health. Electromagnetic coherence within the biofield is a key indicator of well-being. Coherence refers to a state where the different electromagnetic frequencies generated by the body are harmonious and synchronized. Think of it like an orchestra playing in tune, creating beautiful music. When our biofield is coherent, our physical, mental, and emotional systems tend to function more efficiently. Stress, illness, and negative emotions can disrupt this coherence, leading to a more chaotic or fragmented energy field. Practices like heart-focused meditation have been shown to increase biofield coherence, particularly the coherence between the heart and brain's electromagnetic fields. Changes in the biofield can occur rapidly in response to thoughts and emotions. If you focus on feelings of love and appreciation, your heart's electromagnetic field becomes more coherent and expansive. Conversely, feelings of anger or frustration create a more erratic and constricted field. This demonstrates the powerful connection between our inner state and our energetic signature. These measurable changes provide tangible evidence for the impact of our consciousness on our energy body. This supports the idea that our soul, as an energetic entity, is shaped by our experiences and intentions. This is a vital understanding. The implications of these findings are far-reaching. If we can measure and influence the coherence of our biofield, we can potentially improve our overall health and spiritual vitality. Techniques that promote electromagnetic coherence, such as mindfulness, sound healing, and certain energy medicine modalities, can be seen as tools for soul care. They help to tune our energetic instrument, ensuring it resonates with clarity and strength. This understanding empowers us to take an active role in maintaining the health of our biofield. This, in turn, supports the vitality of our electromagnetic soul, both in this life and in preparation for the afterlife. Section 7, Lost in Transition: Understanding Earthbound Spirits and Their Plight. When the physical body dies, the soul or consciousness is meant to transition to higher realms of existence. This is often described as moving towards the light. However, sometimes this transition does not happen smoothly. Some souls, for various reasons, remain energetically bound to the earth plane. These are often referred to as earthbound spirits or ghosts. They are essentially lost in transition. They may be confused, disoriented, or unaware that they have died. They might also be held back by strong emotional attachments, unresolved issues, or fear of moving on. The reasons for a soul becoming earthbound are diverse and complex. Sudden or traumatic death can leave a soul in a state of shock, making it difficult to comprehend their new reality. Intense grief, guilt, or anger related to their earthly life can act like an anchor, tethering them to familiar places or people. Sometimes a strong attachment to material possessions or unfinished business can also prevent a soul from progressing. In other cases, fear of judgment or a misunderstanding of the afterlife process can cause a soul to resist moving towards the light. Their energetic frequency remains too dense for the higher realms. Earthbound spirits often exist in a state of limbo. They are no longer part of the physical world in the same way, yet they haven't fully entered the spiritual dimensions. This can be a lonely and distressing experience for them. They may try to interact with the living, sometimes causing unexplained phenomena like cold spots, strange noises, or moving objects. This is often not malicious. It is simply a reflection of their confusion or their attempts to communicate their presence or needs. They are essentially stuck between worlds, unable to find peace or continue their spiritual evolution. Understanding the plight of earthbound spirits is crucial. It helps us approach phenomena often labeled as hauntings with compassion rather than fear. These are not malevolent entities in most cases. They are souls in need of assistance. They are individuals, much like us, who have simply lost their way after physical death. Recognizing their situation allows us to consider how they might be helped. It shifts the focus from fear to empathy. This empathetic understanding forms the basis for the important work of spirit rescue, which aims to guide these lost souls towards the light. Section 8. The compassionate call: the necessity and practice of spirit rescue. Spirit rescue, also known as soul rescue or psychopompic work, is the compassionate act of helping earthbound spirits complete their transition into the light. This practice has roots in many ancient traditions and shamanic cultures. It is based on the understanding that souls can become stuck after death and require assistance to move on. The necessity for this work arises from the suffering experienced by these lost souls. It also addresses the disturbances their presence can sometimes cause for the living. It is a service performed out of love and a desire to alleviate suffering on both sides of the veil. The practice of spirit rescue involves several key elements. Firstly, it requires the rescuer, often a medium or spiritually sensitive individual, to be able to perceive and communicate with these spirits. This communication is not always verbal. It can be telepathic or based on sensing emotions and intentions. The rescuer aims to understand why the spirit is earthbound. They try to address their fears, confusion, or unresolved issues. This often involves gentle persuasion, education about their current state, and reassurance that the light is a place of peace and love. It is a delicate process. A crucial aspect of spirit rescue is creating a safe and loving energetic space. Rescuers often call upon spiritual guides, angels, or higher beings to assist in the process. They may use prayer, intention, and visualization to raise the vibrational frequency of the environment. This helps the earthbound spirit to perceive the light and feel more comfortable moving towards it. Sometimes departed loved ones of the earthbound spirit may also come to help guide them home. The goal is always to empower the spirit to make its own choice to move on, never to force them. The work of spirit rescue is profoundly important. It not only helps the lost soul find peace and continue their journey of evolution, but also brings relief to living individuals who may be affected by their presence. It reaffirms the interconnectedness of all beings, living and discarnate. It highlights our ongoing responsibility to care for one another, even beyond the veil of physical death. Engaging in or supporting spirit rescue work is an expression of universal compassion. It acknowledges that every soul deserves the opportunity to find its way back to the light. This is truly a sacred calling. Section 9. Preparing for Eternity, Soul Development and Navigating the Afterlife. Navigating the afterlife is not something that happens automatically without any preparation. Just as we prepare for major transitions in our physical lives, such as education or a career, we also need to prepare our souls for the journey beyond. Soul development practices are essential for this preparation. These practices help us cultivate the qualities and energetic states that will serve us well in the spiritual realms. Things like love, compassion, forgiveness, and wisdom are not just virtues for earthly living, they are also vital for a smooth and harmonious transition into the afterlife. They raise our soul's frequency. Engaging in soul development means actively working on our inner selves. This includes healing past traumas and negative emotional patterns. It involves cultivating self-awareness and understanding our true spiritual nature. Practices such as meditation help us to quiet the mind. They enable us to connect with our deeper consciousness. Prayer and affirmations can strengthen our connection to the divine and reinforce positive beliefs about the afterlife. Studying spiritual teachings can provide us with a map of the afterlife territories. This knowledge can reduce fear and uncertainty about what lies ahead. It empowers us for the journey. The energy we cultivate during our earthly life significantly impacts our afterlife experience. If we live a life filled with anger, resentment, and fear, our soul's energy will be dense and heavy. This can make it difficult to ascend to higher, more refined vibrational realms after death. Conversely, if we cultivate love, joy, and peace, our soul's energy will be light and vibrant. This allows for an easier transition to realms of corresponding frequency. Soul development is essentially about raising our spiritual vibration. It is about purifying our energetic body so that it is attuned to the higher frequencies of the afterlife. Therefore, the effort we put into our spiritual growth now is an investment in our eternal future. It is not merely about achieving enlightenment for its own sake. It is about preparing ourselves for the most significant journey we will ever undertake. By consciously developing our souls, we learn to navigate the inner landscapes of consciousness. We become familiar with the language of energy and vibration. This familiarity will be invaluable when we shed our physical bodies and embark on our continued existence in the spiritual dimensions. Soul development is the ultimate preparation for eternity. It ensures we are ready for the next great adventure. Section 10 Conclusion. The harmonious symphony of science and spirit. The exploration of soul biology reveals a stunning convergence. Ancient wisdom, with its rich descriptions of the soul's nature and journey, is finding resonance with modern scientific research. What was once considered purely mystical or metaphorical is now being investigated through the lens of quantum physics, bioelectromagnetism, and consciousness studies. This emerging synthesis does not diminish the sacredness of the soul. Instead, it provides a new language and framework for understanding its profound reality. We are witnessing a harmonious symphony where the insights of spirit and the discoveries of science play complementary melodies. The concept of the electromagnetic soul, for example, provides a tangible link between these two worlds. It suggests that the light body or energy body, described by ancient traditions, may have a basis in the measurable electromagnetic fields generated by living organisms. Findings related to biofield dynamics, energetic coherence, and the impact of consciousness on these fields further support this connection. This allows us to see that the soul is not an abstract belief. It is an active, energetic component of our being, subject to principles that we are only beginning to fully comprehend. This is an exciting time for discovery. This convergence has profound implications for how we view life, death, and the afterlife. It validates the importance of spiritual practices for soul health. It provides a rationale for compassionate actions like spirit rescue. It encourages us to take responsibility for our soul development, understanding that our energetic state here impacts our journey hereafter. Soul biology is not just an academic pursuit. It is a path to a deeper understanding of ourselves and our place in the cosmos. It empowers us with knowledge and tools to live more consciously and to prepare for the continuity of life. Ultimately, the dialogue between ancient wisdom and modern research enriches our understanding of the human experience. It shows that the quest to understand the soul is a timeless human endeavor. By embracing both intuitive insights and scientific investigation, we can piece together a more complete picture of reality. Soul biology stands at this intersection, offering a hopeful and illuminating perspective on the enduring nature of consciousness. The journey to unveil the science of the afterlife is ongoing. It promises to reveal even more about the magnificent, energetic essence that is the human soul.